Hello everyone, how are you all doing? This is Yixit at Magnum Crypto, back again with another video. In today's video, as per usual, it's going to be the end of week market breakdown. I'm covering roughly 10 coins, so sit down, have your coffee ready, and let's break down this market. Before we get started, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and like this video. I'm getting very close to that 1k level, 1,000 subscribers. So if you enjoy this content, if you're getting some knowledge from this, share and like this video. As I said, I would very much appreciate that. With that out of the way, let's get straight into the market and break this down. So the last week has been somewhat uneventful in my opinion. As you can see, we've had a small retracement, but nothing significant. So the bulls are very much still in control. Moving over to the daily time frame, we've got support at 55.56 that has not been broken yet. If it does get broken, then support is at 52,000. Potential we could see spike down before going up, but as I said, the bulls still look in control. From what you can see, this is clearly still an uptrend. And it's only just dipped below the previous support of 57,500. So nothing really to worry about. In terms of targets, once we break out of this move, not guaranteed, but once we break out, the targets will be 64,000 and then down the line 72 and then 77. This could happen over the next few weeks, the next month, towards April, May. And then there will be another correction most likely in the summertime. But overall, nothing to worry about, just a small correction, and then I am sure we will be reversing and then going back to the upside towards 64 and above. Similarly, Ethereum, a small retracement. I'm telling you, Ethereum is looking more and more like a stable coin at the moment. It's been touching that $1,800 level for a long time. Previous resistance, which has turned into support, it's constantly between 18 and 1900. As you can see, about 50,000 test of that level. So I think a lot of potential is building in this move. When it does break out to the upside, it will be quite a big move, I think, potentially something to this effect. And the targets for Ethereum are 2100, 2300, and then 2500. Again, it will probably happen in the next few weeks. Similar to Bitcoin, potentially lagging behind Bitcoin just a little bit. I would say at the moment, altcoins in the last few weeks have taken a lot of capital. So, you know, profits from those smaller cap coins that have absolutely shot to the upside could go back into Bitcoin and Ethereum in the next few weeks. I think that's something that could happen according to the money flow theory. Next, we'll have a look at AGI SingularityNet. So SingularityNet still looks bullish to me from this massive move, the retracement, and then you can see it's still above 1. It's above the previous all-time high, and 2, it's retested the previous high over here that used to be resistance and is now acting as support. So the way it is closing right now, it's got a good chance of continuing this move towards the upside. So you can see here again a bit more clearly, it's rejected from this level, but it's using the previous all-time high as support. So if it remains in this area and then breaks to the upside, it's going to be a nice move higher. Also, you can see this nice rounding from bottom, this nice rounding bottom. That also leads me to believe there's going to be much more room to the upside. I would say the next major levels are going to be 35 to 37 cents and then 40 cents. So the highest it got to was about 31, 32 cents. I would say the next targets for sure 35 to 37, but I would say 40 is probably the next major level. It might smash through that and go all the way to 45 to 50, but as a conservative target, I would say 40 cents is the next target where it will reach. If this move doesn't work, however, I would say support can be found firstly at the previous high, which is tested already at 23 or so cents, and then below that at the bottom of this about 19 cents. Next we have Ocean Protocol. This is still looking bullish in my opinion. You can see these candle closures still very much above the 0.27 extension. It's looking like there's a lot of indecision, but also you can see these wicks are closing higher and higher. I think it's literally a tug of war at the moment, and this is creating a lot of energy, a lot of potential between these two levels. The previous high of 125 and the 0.618 at 167. So when it does break, it will be, I think, an explosive move. Of course, it's not guaranteed to the upside, but I would lean towards the bullish side, towards 181 and then $2. Of course, it's not guaranteed. So support would be the previous high of 125. If that doesn't hold, then support would be at $1. But as I said, I'm more on the bullish side than the bearish with Ocean Protocol. Next, we'll have a look at Sushi. Sushi swap. So this is looking quite nicely. It's got a clear low and a clear high. So from this low, when it rallied and made a new all-time high, it's retraced a little bit from 23 down to 18. As long as it makes a higher low, so as long as it doesn't go below 17 and 15, mainly 15, then this is looking bullish in my opinion. There's been a lot of good news coming out with Sushi as well. I think they're coming out with a new version, so it's looking pretty bullish on the fundamental side as well. And this move, this is a nice pattern in my opinion. If it holds this area, you know, there's going to be a midpoint as well. If it holds that, then I think it's got a good chance of breaking to the upside, hitting new all-time highs at 25, 30 and potentially beyond. So Sushi is looking quite good. Just to repeat, support would be at 15 and $17 if it does hit that. RSR, which I covered last week. In the last video I did mention the next major target from this move, which I called quite nicely, would be 10 cents. It's now tapped that level and has rejected from it. I would say because the 10-cent level is quite a key level, it might end up going on a further correction, potentially towards 7 cents and below that at 6 to 7 cents. If you look at it from here, from this move towards 10 cents, it's rallied from the bottom to about 180%, or from the low it's about 80 to 90%. I would say it's more likely that there's going to be a correction towards, as I said, these levels. However, of course, if it moves past 10 cents and actually holds it, then I would say there's potential for a move towards 14, 15 cents. And then it's probably an even more likelihood of a stronger correction. But I would say because it's quite a key level, there's going to be a chance that this will really push it down towards the next support levels. As you can see, it's rejected it already. Slight bounce from previous wick, but I will be curious to see. As I said, I think it's most likely to go down towards support at 7 cents, and then let's move to the weekly again. 7 and then 6 cents. I would say that's a likely area of support, and then from that point we can look further if it wants to correct further or if it wants to move to the upside. So Zilliqa, to me, looks like it's at the end of a potential move. Even from this, you see a lot of consolidation, creating an interesting pattern full of wicks. But from moving from this towards new levels and then getting closer to all-time high, a correction, and then a move to past a strong resistance area, to me it looks like it's at the end of a move. Now it could, I think, extend and tap that all-time high once again, maybe even a bit further. I think there is more likelihood of it correcting down. There's more likelihood of it moving downwards to create a new move. So I would say support would be found at 11 cents, potentially the previous high of 13 cents, or even further down towards 8 cents. I would say there's more likelihood of that rather than further move to the upside. Again, as I said, I think there is potential for it to extend past, test that all-time high at 23 cents before going down. But I am more bearish from looking at this chart than I am bullish. The bullish case scenario, however, although I think it's less likely, as I said, if it moves past this major resistance level and uses it as support, retests it with a strong candle closure, then I would be on the bullish side. But the way it's looking with all these wicks, I would say there's more chance for it to go down towards 11 cents and potentially 8 cents. So EWT, Energy Web Token, this actually looks like a very good chart to me. It looks like it's just broken out of a big move, retested, and it looks like it's really got a chance to rocket to the upside. Targets 25, 30, and potentially $40. The reason why I say this is because this massive rounding formation very much reminds me of polkadot, and I'll show you here. So this massive rounding formation looks very similar to this move, slightly different as it went to the upside instead of below. And now, of course, it doesn't mean it's going to repeat this like for like, but this kind of rounding formation for me looks quite bullish. The gradual sustained move, a bottoming out of that, looks very sustainable, very strong. So going back to Energy Web Token, it looks similar to that. So you can see there's a rounding off. Let's say there's probably a trend line over here, and then move over previous resistance, and then using it as support. Now it's looking to move to the upside. Looking at it from the daily time frame, it does look like an ascending triangle, sort of ascending triangle, not quite, but you can see this uptrend and then this clear resistance now. It's now tapping it as support, and this looks like a sort of a flag formation. So it does look like it's primed to go to the upside. If it does repeat a similar pattern as polkadot, as I said, targets would be for sure 25, 20 as conservative, 25, 30, pardon me, and then 40. Something along those lines. Of course, we've got to assess it as it's going along, but that's how it's looking in my eyes. We'll have a look at VEchain next. So VEchain, similarly to Zilliqa, looks like it's at the end of a potential move. Now you can see all this green, small correction, massive correction, and then to the upside towards a major level, a key level of 10 cents. Can it go further? Of course. If it does, it could potentially go to around 12 cents, in my opinion. However, I think there's more risk than the reward with this at the moment. I would wait for a correction of a nice correction like this before I jump in. So I would say there's more chance of it going down towards support at 5 to 6 cents, 5 cents and some change, or 3 to 4 cents around that level before continuing on. If we can look at the daily time frame, maybe there is some more clues. So you can see on the daily time frame, it could find support at 7, 8 cents, or the lowest 7 cent region. But as I said, it looks like there's more risk than reward. That's my stance on this. This massive move, for me, I would need to see some breathing room before I jump in. Similar to another token that I covered, I would say actually the bullish case would be a break above 10 cents and then using it as support. That level would have to be used as support for me to become bullish. But again, when you look at an extension like this, a rally like this, there's just more room for downside than there is upside. Orion Protocol is the next token we'll cover. Right, so I mean, out of the coins that I said are at the end of its move, this is by far an understatement of looking like the end of its move. Now, with altcoins, of course, it can rocket way further than this. But when you see this amount of green, some pausing in between, there's definitely a lot more downside than there is upside. You can even see this massive wick rejection from $28. Goes to show potentially it is at the end of this move. Not guaranteed, but I would not put money into this at the moment the way it's going right now. You can see it's turning back. Support, I would say, is at $16 or $17, and then below that at $11. I would definitely not jump in at this. The way it's looking right now, this massive move is a good 11, almost 12x. The thing is, I don't know why people are not telling me about these coins well before they do this. I would appreciate if someone tells me about this at this level. That would be beautiful. But you know, we'll see. Maybe in the future I'll get a nice tip regarding a coin before a rocket move like this. But of course, can't be greedy. You know, I've made a lot of profit. There's no greed will only get you wrecked in this market. Wanting more and more and not being satisfied with you know what profit you've made. Moving on though, this is looking like definitely it's at the end of a move. So I would say 99% there's more risk than the reward. Can it go further? Of course. But I would lean towards the downside and looking at jumping in at support maybe at $17, at $11 or even further. So that is the end of the video. Hope you got some value from that. Covered a lot of coins there. Some are looking like they are at the end of their moves, like you know Orion Protocol. Some I would say EWT is looking quite bullish. It's looking like it's about to start going on a monster move. So you know definitely opposing charts right there. Bitcoin and Ethereum are looking like they want to break out. I think they're definitely due for a massive rally to the upside in the next few weeks. So a lot to take from this video. So I hope you got some value from that, and see you in the next one. Peace.